my friends. So, this is our first reading lesson this week. So, today I want to teach you the best way to remember a book forever and ever is to tell someone else about it. After you read a great book, you can take it and tell a friend. You can tell them about this book. One way I'm going to show you how to do that is if you mark the important parts, and it helps you to retell what happened in your story. So I'm going to add that to our chart today. Okay, so this is our chart. So off we go, reading on an adventure. Get ready to take a sneak peek is what we learned last week. Predicting what might happen next is also what we learned last week. And keep track of where and when we learned that last week. And today I added this one. Retell the important parts of your book. So we're going to mark pages to remember. So we're going to do that today. All right, my friends. So when you're reading a storybook, it's like you and the character are going on an adventure together. The character does things and goes places, and a lot of stuff happens, and you go with them. You can't take a photograph of your reading adventure, but you can leave post-it notes to help you mark the important parts that happen throughout your story. And then you can retell by flipping through the book and to the post-its where you found important parts to. So it's like flipping through a photograph, but instead you're flipping through the book to help you remind you what happened on your adventure with your character. So I did that with my book. So does everyone remember Iris and Walter and the field trip? If not, I put some post-its to remember some really important parts of what we read. Okay, so we are going to look at Iris and Walter. So I have all my post-it notes because I already read through the book, but I want to retell you about it. So Iris and Walter. So let me remember, what field trip did they go on? Okay, so this is my first post-it. Oh yeah, their teacher, Miss Cherry, tells them they're going on a field trip on Friday to the aquarium. So my first big part of my story is that their field trip is that they're going to the aquarium. Okay, let's see where else I marked. I marked it right here. Oh yes, this is when they go on the bus and they're told the rules of who their partners are and how they have to stay with their partner in order to not get lost. So the next big important part was about the rules about not getting lost and going on the school bus to the field trip. All right. Now I have another post-it all the way over here. Oh, this page talks about how Walter gets lost and they have no idea where he is because Iris went to go grab his hand and it wasn't him. So that's another big part. Walter gets lost from the rest of the group and his friend Iris gets very scared and nervous because they can't find him. So then her and Miss Cherry go and find him. And then my last sticky note is that Iris and Miss Cherry find Walter by the coral reef section. So that was all. I remembered all of the book in all my parts of the book by the post-it notes. So by putting the post-it notes in the big parts of my story, it helped me retell you what happened in my story. It helped me recall what was happening and why it was happening. So if you're on Raz Kids, I'm going to show you a little trick on how you can use the post-it notes in a different way. So I'm going to show you how to do that on Raz Kids. So 1 second. Let me see here. Okay, so I'm on Raz Kids right now, and I just picked a book. I picked the firefighter book. So if I think something's important, like firefighters rush to the fire, so I think this is an important part, then I can highlight it. So this is another way you can use our tools and strategies today in Raz Kids is you can highlight some important or big parts in your story. So when you go back and retell what is happening, you know because it's highlighted. So that's another way we can use our tools if we don't have paper books or post-its at home. Okay, my friends, so now I want you to go back and read a book that you read recently. So maybe you read it yesterday, maybe you read it last week, maybe you read it the day before. Um you read it yesterday or the day before, something that you read recently, so you can kind of remember what you read. So I want you to reread that adventure, and I want you to put post-its or highlight the words in, if you're on Raz Kids, all the important parts in the book. So when after you're done and you finish the adventure, so after you're done and finish the book, I want you to go and retell what you read to someone in your family. So if you can't remember exactly everything, that's why you have the post-its or you highlighted words to help you go back and remember. So great job today, my friends, and I will see you over Zoom.